now that you have your little studio set up, you're producing out of this little studio, how long does that last? Because nothing lasts for very long for free.
So that's true. So there's another story of how I went from this place to another place. I went to another place called, at the time it was called Fly Decibel, and it's a local label, and they had an artist. Okay, so this is, for anyone at home, this is another like sort of pivotal moment, and I feel like this is probably the most important thing I've ever done in my life. So I was a guitar player, just a guitar player for this one artist that had a label backing. But the label was actually like super well set up. They had a great studio. They had artists and they had funding. And so it was our first performance at a local festival here. And they flew down people from LA and stuff because they wanted, just making the big deal experience.
Some hype.
And it was a really big, and there was a musical director, and I was like the whole crew. And then after that, it was like a long setup, maybe like a week and a half of like preparing the stuff, then the gig, then whatever. And then after the fact, the guy from the label said, "All right, festival's done. It was a great success. Everybody's welcome to come to the studio or the label after for a sort of a meet and greet." And just like kicking it. We've had so much fun.
Sure.
And no one went except me in the band.
So smart to go.
The musical director was like, "Yo, I haven't seen my girlfriend in like a week and a half or whatever. I'm going home." And then this other guy goes, "Oh, I don't know. I have this other thing I got." So when I went to the party, there was these LA dudes. And so I got connected with them in a way. And then that was my entry into that sort of little family thing. And there was a guy in the crew who was sort of a hype man on the show, but he was also like at the label kind of running things internally. So in this new place, it was the whole place, like the whole studio was like not really well kept, like put together and stuff. And there was like this room in the back where it was like filled with like just junk. And the dude, the hype man, the guy that runs the thing, it's a Christmas break, and he goes, "You know what? Everybody's off for Christmas. If you want to fuck around in the studio, here's the keys. Just give me the keys back when we come back from the break, and you can just make some music here while we're all off."
Generous.
A lot of trust.
So, but I knew him. Like we had
you'd already developed a relationship.
He trusted me, and I wouldn't have I'm a trustworthy person. Like I wouldn't fuck it up, So what I did is I cleaned the whole place, and I emptied the back room, which was just filled with like all kinds of trash. And at one point, in the middle of like the Christmas vacation, the whole studio was like a total mess. Because I was like trying to empty out the place, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna need help." And so I called up some friends, and I cleaned everything. Literally cleaned everything, placed everything. And then there's so much junk that could be organized that this room was actually a usable room.
Right.
And so there's an empty room. It's clean. Just moved my shit in there.
You moved it in.
Yeah.
Executive decision.
Yeah. And then
done.
And then at the end of the Christmas break, on the Sunday before everybody went back to work, I sent an email to everyone. I'm like, "Hey guys, I cleaned the studio downstairs just as a thank you for letting me use it. And if you visit the back room, just keep an open mind."
I love it.
And so they showed up and they saw
That's the way you do it.
All my gear there. But they were thankful that I had cleaned up the whole place. So they were like, fuck him, let him stay. Who cares?
I mean, it wasn't really being used before.
No,
that,
it wasn't.
so.
It was just like literally like a storage room.
There you go.
So, and
that is awesome.
So the guy, so then I show up, but the guy goes, "I can't pay you. Like,
right?
You can be here, but I can't." And I was like, I didn't ask to be paid. I just asked that. I didn't ask anything actually. I just showed up.
Just want the free room.
But the thing is, if you're there, and shit happens. Then people go, "Hey, by the way, can you like do this real quick?"
Yep.
And then you do it, And then I worked there for free, probably for like, I don't know, a couple months, maybe 2 months, 3 months. And then after 3 months, they were like, oh, we can't always ask him to work for free. So let's give him like some payroll type thing. It wasn't much, but it was the other sort of.
Sure, let's give him some cash. Let's give him some work.
So basically, best move I ever did, whenever you can go to the party, go to the party.
Networking is so important. I mean, even just me being here was networking.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Was we just had someone in common and they said, go talk to Albert.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I experienced that. I ended up going to school for sound engineering and they would suggest it. People wouldn't go. And I would never understand that. You never know who you can meet. You never know who might have you in mind for a specific project. Go to the networking.
Yeah. No, and it's nerve-wracking when you're like, it's easy to talk when you're in a setup where it's like you're supposed to talk like a podcast, right? But in real life, it's I don't know. For some people, it's very tough to go
Social
out and
anxiety.
stuff. But yeah, man, that's you just need to go.